Hello everybody and welcome to Shield Files. In this series we'll look at your favorite characters and break down their personalities, backstories, and superpowers. In today's episode we'll be taking a look at Bucky Barnes, also known as the Winter Soldier. James Buchanan Barnes is a human Caucasian male, standing 5'9" and weighing 260 pounds. He possesses dirty blonde hair, brown eyes, and usually wears a military combat uniform featuring a cybernetic arm. James Buchanan Barnes was born in 1925. In 1935, he tragically lost both of his parents early in his life. Later on, Bucky traveled to England and soon began to receive select assignments as a special military operative. Having received hand-to-hand combat training with British Commandos under the tutelage of William Essart Fairbairn and Colonel Rex Applegate. After his training with military combat instructors, Barnes met and befriended Steve Rogers, who had recently become the U.S. government operative Captain America. He was assigned to accompany Rogers, but was initially unaware of the true nature of his work. For several months afterwards, Barnes underwent an intensive training program under Captain America's tutelage. When he finished, Barnes received his own costumed identity as Bucky Barnes, and was designated as a counterexample to the Hitler Youth. Toward the end of the war, Captain America and Bucky were in London on the trail of Nazi scientist Baron Zemo. In the ensuing battle with Zemo's powerful humanoid robot, both Cap and Bucky were rendered unconscious and strapped to the drone plane to be delivered to Hitler in Berlin. Managing to escape before Zemo activated the plane, the two American champions saw the drone plane begin to move just as they jumped off. The two leaped for the plane. Bucky leaped first and managed to get a grip on the plane's wing. Captain America missed and shouted to his partner to let go in case the plane was booby-trapped. Bucky was unable to comply with his partner's commands because his uniform sleeve snagged onto the cockpit of the plane. The plane exploded, seemingly killing Bucky instantly. Captain America plunged into the English Channel to undergo the process of suspended animation, but Bucky's remains were never uncovered, strengthening the belief that he was killed in action. In 1954, he was revived and outfitted with a replacement bionic arm, which had been made after a Soviet spy had recovered schematics for a cybernetic appendage. The arm was to be replaced by a newer and more advanced one every time there was an improvement in their technology. While he had no memory of his past, Barnes still had considerable physical skill. He was indoctrinated to hate the West and was provided with mental implants during sensory deprivation, molding him into the perfect assassin, the Winter Soldier. After several years as an assassin, he came into conflict with his former best friend, Captain America. Captain America and him fought until Bucky was submitted. Captain America would then help him after unbrainwashing him, helping him get his memories back. Later, Bucky would help Captain America, becoming a hero, and then later becoming a member of S.H.I.E.L.D. Later on, Bucky would create his own team of Avengers, known as the Secret Avengers, after the death of his friend, Captain America. Bucky Barnes is certainly an interesting character. From being just a boy that wanted to become a soldier and help his country, to becoming a brainwashed super soldier assassin, to becoming a superhero later on, Bucky has had a lot of character changes. But this also means that Bucky has had a full-around mental development. Bucky has gone from being a hero, an anti-hero, or even a villain. So at points that we've seen, Bucky has come a long, long way. But as we know, Bucky has now decided to take the route of a hero, and he's doing his absolute best, trying to not kill people, trying to save as many people as he can, and overall just trying to be a good leader. Additionally, he has also had issues with his mental state, but has tried very hard to push past them to be the hero that he needs to be. And Bucky is definitely a good standpoint for anyone looking to improve their lives and to be a better person. Bucky is a great role model for any upcoming hero or even just person in general. Bucky Barnes is considered a Tier 1 metahuman on the Shield Files ranking scale. Bucky Barnes' jacket, shirt, pants, gloves, shoes are all made of a bulletproof material known as Kevlar. This material keeps him safe from being shot, stabbed, or blasted with high-power energy beams. He also sports a black balaclava mask to keep his identity secret and to help filter oxygen to keep him breathing during combat.
Due to his time training in the U.S. Army as well as the U.S. Essart and KGB, Bucky Barnes is an expert marksman, being able to use any sniper rifle, pistol, or shotgun of any kind, as well as weapons not created by man, such as laser pistols or laser rifles. The SVD Dragunov is Bucky Barnes' trademark weapon. This is a weapon that he was trained to use in his time in the Soviet Union. He has decided to make this his main weapon as he learned the efficiency of it, as well as learning every piece and part of the gun. This gun is designed to shoot up to 800 meters and will kill anything that it makes target with automatically. During his time as a U.S. Army soldier as well as USSR assassin, Bucky was trained in hand-to-hand combat. He knows boxing, Muay Thai, Krav Maga, Sambo, and several other Russian-based martial arts that has made him a formidable hand-to-hand component. Like his friend before him, Steve Rogers, Bucky Barnes was implemented with the Super Soldier Serum. This serum multiplied his natural strength by 10-fold and made him twice as strong as he could be as a max peak human being. This also makes him able to endure things that a human being would not be able to. Bucky was gifted with a cybernetic arm while in his time in the USSR. This arm is not indestructible to the human weapon, but can be cut by weapons like vibranium, adamantium, or arctic vibranium. While this arm is not completely invincible, it does help him to sustain a lot of damage, and does help him to produce a lot of damage as well. The arm, weighing over 70 pounds, is almost able to crush a car just by slamming it on top of the hood. While Bucky does not have any traditional weaknesses, he does suffer from PTSD and often finds himself panicking in the middle of fights. This also can have problems with his rage, as sometimes he will lose control against even his own teammates. Additionally, his cybernetic arm is weak to EMPs, or electrical magnetic pulses, which can disable or even fully stop his weapon from working. While Bucky is a formidable opponent, he is not a classically trained fighter, meaning that someone with better combat skills can get the best of him, which we've seen multiple times against Moon Knight, Iron Fist, Zemo, and even Crossbones. Additionally, Bucky is a merciful human at times, allowing himself to get beat more than he should so that he can help someone else, or to stop a villain by the way of mercy. And while having the Super Soldier Serum, Bucky is only human. Against a mutant, machine, or cosmic being, he may not fend very well against them, and may easily be taken out by someone such as Wolverine, Moon Knight, or any other figure with similar strength.
Pivot.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Shield Files, where you learned about Bucky Barnes, also known as the Winter Soldier. Stay tuned for the next episode, where we'll cover his best friend, Clinton Barton, aka Hawkeye.